Hi, I'm Kat Lewis. In this video, I'm going to talk about 7 in-demand remote jobs that are out there right now. You'll see what they are, how much they pay, and how to get started. All right, let's get into it. First up, tech sales. The main responsibility of a tech sales job is to match customers to specific hardware and software, communicating the benefits of the product while building trust and pleasing the customer. And because companies are investing in technology to solve other people's problems, tech sales is one of the fastest growing remote careers out there, with the average pay of more than $65,000 a year. And some high-end tech sales rep make over $100,000. Tech sales jobs go by different names: account manager, sales rep, client development rep. So when looking for a job, also look for those titles. The nice thing about a tech sales job is you don't need to know any coding, nor do you need a college degree, but you do need to know the hardware or the software you are selling in order to convince the customer the product will solve their concerns. And because tech sales is customer-based, you need to know how to build meaningful relationships that goes beyond just closing the deal. The next remote job I'm going to talk about is content writer. Content writers bring in the customers by creating engaging content, and work is always available, most often as a freelancer. As far as what you need to know to become a content writer, being able to write is obvious, but you also need to know how to hook readers in within the first sentence or two while following the style and instructions defined by your client. Many content writers settle on a niche. This lets them focus and specialize in a certain area of writing. For example, if you're interested in tech gadgets, consider being a content writer writing about tech gadgets. Learn all you can about the gadgets that are currently on the market. You can use content writing tools to quickly and easily become a professional level content writer. Grammarly and ProWritingAid are 2 programs that check your writing for spelling, grammar, and sentence structure. Each of these programs have a free, easy-to-use version, and I have links to both of them in the description. To really stand out as a content writer, build a portfolio that shows off your talent. To find work, you can use freelance platforms like Fiverr and Upwork for a variety of freelance writing gigs. You can earn anywhere from a few dollars up to $30 per hour, depending on the writing job that you do. The third remote job I'm going to talk about is front-end developer. In basic terms, front-end developers write the code that makes a website or a web application look good. But the more detailed version, front-end developers work with web designers to decide a web page's overall design and structure while developing features to enhance the user's experience. You have to strike a balance between function and aesthetic design. When looking for a front-end developer job, also look at titles front-end designer and front-end engineer. As far as the pay goes, entry-level or junior-level front-end developers can earn about $50,000 a year, and the more experienced front-end developers can make over $80,000. To get started as a front-end developer, the number one thing you need to know are the building block languages of all websites. These are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML provides the structure, CSS adds the style, and JavaScript adds the interactive or dynamic elements to a website. Then, once you're comfortable with the languages, learn the frameworks and the libraries that go with each language. These are pre-written codes that help you build and deploy web applications and speed up development. Some examples are React, jQuery, and Git. You also want to have some experience with graphic design applications like Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, and Canva. And speaking of Canva, this is probably the easiest to use graphic design program out there, and they have a free plan that offers a lot of design features. I have a link in the description you can use to get started with Canva. When it comes to soft skills, you need to be a good communicator because you'll probably be working with other developers, designers, and clients. And of course, problem-solving skills and being adaptable. Designs always change, and you have to stay on top of new languages and requests. Now that you know the basic languages and have played around making some websites, keep on practicing and developing your skills. Start small and expand slowly. Next up, back-end developers. Also called engineers, back-end developers write the behind-the-scenes code that makes a website function by building and maintaining the technologies of servers and databases. In other words, they focus on the logic that powers a website. The salary range for a back-end developer is $93,000 to $119,000 a year. Now, let's talk about how to become a back-end developer. First of all, you need to know some of the back-end languages used to create objects and make them function. You don't need to know all the back-end languages. You can specialize in one or two of them and still get a great remote job, but the more you know, the better. Some of the most commonly used languages are Java, Python, PHP, Ruby, and SQL. You also need to learn the back-end frameworks. This is the backbone of the language you're working in. For example, if you're really good in the Python language, you also need to know the Django framework. You also need to know how to use version control tools like Git. This makes it easy to revert to an earlier version of your work just in case something goes wrong. As far as soft skills go, organization, good communication, and problem solving top the list, and of course, attention to detail. It's also a good idea to have some knowledge in front-end development programs like HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. Although you won't need them for back-end work, you need to know enough so you can communicate with front-end developers. With all your skills and knowledge built up, it's time to practice what you know and build a portfolio showing examples of what you can do. Next on the list, web designer. Web designers work closely with developers, but the jobs are completely different. Designers come up with the overall look and feel of a website, blog, or a web application, while developers bring that vision to fruition. The cool thing about being a web designer is you can learn how to do it on the fly, thanks to the many easy-to-use website and e-commerce builders available. Web designers average a salary of over $50,000 a year. Here's how to get started as a web designer. The first step to becoming a web designer is to have some basic knowledge of the languages that make up a website, such as HTML and CSS. Fortunately, online website builders like Wordpress and Shopify make it easy to create websites so you don't have to write any code. But it's still a good idea to have some basic knowledge so you can make a website from the ground up if need be. You should also have an understanding of the principles of creating good websites and blogs. This includes user experience, color theory, and structure. It's also important to know some web design tools. I mentioned site builders like WordPress and Shopify, which will make designing websites and blogs easy. There are also graphic design programs like Canva and Photoshop, which will let you create images whenever you need them. Once you know how to design websites, create a portfolio to showcase your work. This will let other people and companies' potential clients see what you can do. Another in-demand remote job is customer support. Now, you might be thinking that a remote customer support job is super boring, sitting in your office all day, talking on the phone, dealing with customers. Yes, you will be dealing with customers and clients, both current and potential, but you may not be on the phone all day. A lot of companies use chat, emails, even video to communicate with their customers. And there are many flavors to customer support, from assisting and onboarding new clients to resolving customers' questions and concerns. The pay ranges anywhere from $28,000 to over $45,000 a year, depending on the level of support you do. And if you're bilingual, you can expect to earn even more. There are many companies that hire remote customer support specialists. ConvertFlow, Podia, PCmatic, and Files.com are just a few that come to mind. But the one thing that stands out in all of their job descriptions is they want someone who has a desire to really help people. Not only that, you should have plenty of soft skills like time management, a pleasant attitude, and you can multitask. And depending on the job, you may need to know certain technologies and programs used by the company you're working for. Customer support specialists communicate through a variety of sources: phone, chat, email, even video. The form of communication depends on the company and the job, and most of the time training is provided. But it's a good idea to be familiar with some of the chat and video platforms. Zendesk, Zoom, and LiveAgent are a few. The last in-demand remote job I'm going to talk about is digital marketer, sometimes called online marketer, and it's one of the fastest growing jobs. Digital marketers specialize in specific marketing channels and tactics to reach potential customers, generate leads, and build brand awareness. This can be done by being a search engine marketer, social media marketer, email marketer, content marketer, pretty much any online method used to reach customers. So, how much do digital marketers make? over $80,000 a year. As a new digital marketer, you can make over $40,000 per year. And if you have experience, you can make double that. To become a remote digital marketer, it's a good idea to focus on one or two marketing channels. If you're not sure which area of digital marketing you want to specialize in, just think about how you react to any online marketing correspondence you get. Can you do better? Then, once you have an idea you want to master in, learn the right tools. For example, if you're interested in doing search engine marketing, learn how to use Google Analytics and Ahrefs. If email marketing is your specialty, you should know email etiquette, how to create email lists, and how to elicit a call to action. Finally, create your digital marketing portfolio and start marketing yourself. You can freelance on Upwork or look through remote job boards. An example would be weworkremotely.com. Okay, those are 7 of the most in-demand remote jobs that are out there right now. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the like button. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.